necklace to a man Jean had told him was one of the queen's men, who immediately delivers the necklace to her, and she begins stripping the diamonds off the necklace and selling it on the black market in London and Paris. Meanwhile, Rohan eagerly looks forward to hearing from the queen, expecting her to thank him for the wonderful gift, but she never says anything to him about it. In fact, he doesn't get any letters, and she doesn't even wear it in public at all. Eventually, the jewelers come to Rohan for their second payment, and he hesitates in paying it, saying he doesn't know if the queen actually likes the necklace. Freaking out, the jewelers rush to Versailles and somehow manage to get to the queen, and they ask why has she not worn the beautiful necklace yet? Queen Marie is at first very confused, but as the jewelers continue to speak, she becomes livid hearing the full story. Rohan is called to the palace at Versailles to stand before the king and queen, and confused by what they're saying, he shows them the letters he'd received from Queen Marie as proof he had only done what she'd asked. The king and queen are outraged by the forgery, and soon Jean, her pimp boyfriend, and the prostitute who had impersonated the queen are all also arrested along with Rohan. They're given a public trial, with the royals expecting this should be an open and shut case. But this is where the story gets even crazier. See, the citizens of France hear about everything, and they surprisingly take the side of Cardinal de Rohan. The people of France had been suffering. They had long made up their minds that they did not like Marie Antoinette, and that she was spending the kingdom into ruin. Rohan is eventually found innocent and acquitted, though he's eventually exiled by the king. The pimp is also exiled, and Jean is found guilty and sentenced to be branded and imprisoned in the Salpêtrière for her crimes, though she escapes just a year later by pretending to be a boy. She runs away to London and writes a memoir of the whole event, blaming Queen Marie Antoinette for everything. The only thing the people of France remember following the trial was the obscenely expensive diamond necklace. This fuels the ideas that had been taking hold at the time that the royalty were removed from the lives of their citizens and that there needed to be drastic change. Though she was completely innocent in the crime involving the necklace, Marie Antoinette becomes even more hated by everyone in the country, and her reputation never recovers. The animosity towards their queen and the entire Bourbon monarchy continues to build until the French Revolution begins just 3 years later, and famously both King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette would both be beheaded via the guillotine.